Hi, welcome. It's the end of my day Friday, and I'm waiting for my husband to get off work so we can have dinner. So I thought, why not just pull like a simple 3 card spread for the weekend? Just to see, like, is there anything here to just contemplate, to think about, to feel into that might resonate in our lives? And I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. We're going to go very simple, short, and sweet. So I hope you had a good week also. Friday, September 5th. It feels very fall-like here in the Midwest. But sometimes it's sneaky like that, and then it heats back up, and you're like, September's the hottest. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm really kind of digging the chills, the chilly weather in the morning. Like, why would I talk about the weather? That's so not important. I'm just killing space while shuffling. Okay. What do we need to think about, to ponder, to reflect on, to feel this weekend? All right. Queen of Cups. Love her. Ace of Cups. What is happening with all this heart energy? 10 of Cups, you guys. This is gonna be a lovely weekend. Something's calling us to get down into our bodies. Feel the love. Get into a state of flow. Open up. Start fresh. Like, something is growing. And it's like I kind of feel that. And I was listening to yet another podcast where they were talking about, I had this feeling this morning, like when I was listening to this podcast, they're talking about September being like maybe we were a little reserved in August, like holding back a bit, and then September is apparently like opening the floodgates of like it's not just our what we're doing in the world, but I think it's just opening our entire being to where we feel more expansive, more loving, more like, I want to get everything out of this life I'm meant to be living, and there's no more holding back. And so that's what's showing up here. So it's funny that was in my awareness this morning through a podcast. I watched too many podcasts. Just kidding. There's never enough. So there's the Queen of Cups. I think of her as like fully surrendering to that idea, that just feeling. She's all water. Queens are water, cups are water. And it's just opening the floodgates and getting into a complete state of flow. So it's almost like you want to not have boundaries, but she is very much in tune with her boundaries, and that allows her to flow wildly free because she knows what her container is, right? So maybe it's asking us to really feel into, do we have solid boundaries set so that we are allowed to flow? Because if we don't have a sense of our boundaries, we might hold back. We might be like, I don't trust this emotional heart, not emotional as like over emotional, but just like feeling all of our emotions to their fullest expression, because that makes us human. It's good to feel human. We got these emotions for a reason. But without a firm sense of our own boundaries, we might hold back and be like, I can't trust this feeling of letting go, of opening up into that complete state of blissful flow. So maybe it's asking us to think about boundaries a little bit and just see like, yeah, I feel pretty good, or maybe I could do some work here. And sometimes that takes voicing boundaries. So if you haven't tried that yet, maybe practice in a safe partnership, like a friendship or partnership, where you can express a simple boundary and see how it's met and see how you feel about how it's met. And that's kind of a learning process, right? So then the Ace of Cups is that grand opening, and the aces are like a fresh start towards something, towards a path. So it's hilarious in the best way that we go from the ace to the 10. So it's like, which is like when you think of the progression of tarot numbers from 1, these are ones, to 10, the ultimate expression of whatever this energy is. So it's like a heart opening and then a complete like fulfillment of all that heart opening led to. So that is amazing. I just got all the chills because she's like this intention setting queen where she's like, okay, I'm surrendering, I'm opening, I know what my boundaries are, I know what I want, I know I have the capacity to feel all the feels and flow, and all the good will come from that. And then this is confirmation, the ace to the 10, that says that now it's time to take an action step in that direction to open up, because it's going to lead to the complete expression of what that leads to for you, which is unique from anybody else, right? So does this set you off on your path that you're meant to be on in this lifetime? Is it just maybe for the week? I don't know what it is for you, but I love this energy going into the weekend where it's like, hopefully you have a little downtime to actually feel your feelings. And that's because that's what this is saying. That's what the intention I set was for the weekend. So that's what this is saying, is like, for this weekend, just do a little contemplation tonight, maybe on like, do I feel like I have pretty good boundaries? Do I feel confident? Do I trust, got the chills, that I know how I would respond in any situation that comes toward me? Because that will help identify where you feel like, oh, maybe I do need to firm up some of these boundaries related to these types of scenarios. Do I feel like people can just walk all over me and I'll be like, that's okay, like people pleasing? Like maybe it's time to do some work around that, because being emotional, like when you feel your emotions fully, that's what I mean by emotional, not overly emotional, because that, I think that word has a little baggage in our culture, like, oh, they're so emotional. It's like, well, yeah, good. Humans should be. We should feel it. But maybe there's some sort of like trust element here. Do you trust that you'd be able to feel into your feelings to their fullest expression and still come away feeling like, yeah, I reacted or acted in a way that was authentic to how I feel about the way I was treated and the way I'm treating others, which is like where I begin and where I end and you begin, and vice versa. It's like those boundary points. No, I'm not going to let you walk all over me. I'm going to tell you how I feel out of love, but you're going to know how I feel, and we're still going to be okay, right? It's not reactionary. It's kind of like a proactive step here this weekend. And then when you work on boundaries, it's like there's no stopping you. You feel like you can trust to open yourself to your fullest expression, and that you trust that you're going to be fine in any scenario, and that it's going to lead to all the best things, which is really connection, right? Because that lack of trust keeps us from connecting fully with ourselves and with other people in our most authentic way. And this is all about fully authentic, heart opened, no holding back love expression for everything, not just people. It could be animals, nature, like life. So I love this. Okay, have a great weekend.